Hey everybody, Belinda Wasser here. Belinda Wasser Sandor here. I'm forgetting my last name already. Belinda Sandor here with Tasha today to talk about VA school and her experience with VA school as a recent graduate. So welcome, Tasha. And
Thank you.
why don't you tell us a little bit about, where, because you have a job, right? So where are you and how are you doing your business and how does that all flow together?
So I drive school bus. So I do a morning run and an afternoon run. And when my husband's working, because he does 4 days on, 4 days off, I take my kids with me. And then I'm trying to run my business in between bus runs and nap time and taking my oldest son to school. And it can get a little crazy. But then when he's off, it's like, okay, boom, I'm in my office. Like, get stuff done. I got 4 days where the kids don't interrupt as much. So it can be challenging. But it's just trying to like prioritize and what can I maybe do in the evening once the kids have gone to bed versus what I need to get done, while the baby's napping first thing in the morning or the older one's at school. So it can be interesting.
Yeah. So it sounds like in a lot of ways it fits your lifestyle because, it's like sort of like that, right?
Yeah. I like the flexibility and like I can work on the weekends if I need to. Like I recently, like our Thanksgiving was a couple weeks ago and I chose to skip it on Thanksgiving dinner to actually work with my client, which is my mom too, but to get her business going. But it was nice that I got to choose that instead of in the past where I haven't had that option. It's like you're told you're working whether you like it or not. So right. I really like the flexibility.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can kind of break the rules because, I've had people say to me, you worked at night or you worked on the weekend. It's like, well, yeah, but I went out to lunch for 3 hours on Friday, or I went to the school play, or I was the Girl Scout leader, so I find the VA lifestyle, and you don't have to do that. You can say, I'm never going to work at night. You can do that. But I like the fluidity of it, that it's like, how does that work this week? Or how does that work today? So yeah, you're like a study in that, with two kids and, the riding, driving the bus, definitely. That's crazy. Yeah. So where was your business before VA school and where is it now? How is it, how you handle things changed?
So I didn't back in, I guess it would be last January, I decided to go back to school for bookkeeping. And cause I was like, I want to work from home. And so I did that and I got a bookkeeping client and stuff. But I was like, I have so many like admin skills from working in all different industries in offices. And I'm like, I can do so much more. So I decided to combine like my bookkeeping into a VA, but I didn't know what to do next. I registered my business name and then I was stuck. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then you came along. I saw your 5-day Kickstart challenge and I was blown away just by the knowledge there. So I talked to hubby and I was on maternity leave. So money was kind of tight and whatnot, but I was like, I need this. Like, I want to do this, but I don't know my next steps and Belinda can help me. So we said, okay, let's go for it. And now, so I have my original bookkeeping client. I'm now able to help my mom get her business set up. And I recently joined forces with a lady in New York, and we're actually doing like services swap. But I'm like, it's a great opportunity because she's been contacted by Forbes and all this stuff. So yeah, it's coming together. I'm getting people interested. A lot of my mom's friends are all what they're seeing I'm doing with her business. They're now getting interested in what I can do for them as well. So I'm getting clients, which is nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You really struck a chord because when I started my business, I didn't know what to do next. And that's such a powerless feeling, right? Like if someone would just tell me. And so I have always, looking back on my career, had people help me figure out what to do next. In corporate, it was my boss, and then when I went on my own, it was courses and books and coaches. So I think that's what really propels us because it quiets the voices in our head, right? You probably had some pretty loud voices in there. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I know, I know. I remember when I realized other people had voices too, I was so happy because I thought, oh, I'm the only one that's doing this. Wow. So tell us, when you signed up for VA school and you thought you were getting this school to teach you, were there any the two things? One, were there any ahas like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that that's what that this thing is done that way, because I've thought so long. Like some people think that VAs have to do social media and they don't. So were there any sort of big surprises or ahas when you were in school?
Pretty much everything, actually, because I was so just lost. Like I really didn't know the steps of building a business. So I didn't know about the domains. And I also realized that like stuff doesn't cost as much as what we might think it does. So I guess that was like an aha, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to spend like a lot of money to get this going. And it's really not.
Mm-mm. Yeah, most of my tools are free or really inexpensive. Yeah, yeah, that's true. You need a computer that works, a phone that is reliable, and your figure it out skills. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me your favorite thing about VA school. Like, what was the thing you looked forward to?
I loved our like study halls. I really enjoyed those. I tried my hardest to get on whenever I could. And I've mentioned this before where I've been in other like groups. I have a direct selling business and stuff like that where, yeah, we have coaching calls or whatever, but I would never get on those. But I did everything in my power to always try and get on study halls, even if it was playing in the background when my kids are screaming or I was cooking supper. Like as long as I was home, I actually was on one of our calls while driving home from a COVID test.
That's dedication.
And I would have never done that, but it was the community was just amazing. Like even still, like we're all messaging each other, helping each other out, and just you hear about it, but you don't always see it. Mm-hmm. And I definitely see it. The community that you've created and like the other ladies in VA school, just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my big aha. I knew I could provide the the lessons and the things that you need to grow your business, but I had no idea how everyone was going to be together. And last night we had a Zoom meeting and people met each other informally and that are going to be in VA school next time, and they were already joking with each other and talking and introducing themselves. And it's just so nice to be in a room full of people, especially because being a VA, a lot of people don't know what that is. And they might say, why don't you just get a job? To be in a group where people all get it and you don't have to explain it and you're just going to make it work and you're going to do what it takes. And, and everybody just pitches in. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Even today, Karen messaged me and she's like, why aren't you on Zoom? And she scared me because I thought I was like supposed to be on with you. And I was like, no. What? I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, the Q&A. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's when I jumped on.
Oh, that's so cute. She went, oh, that's really sweet. She went and got you. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because it's hard for me to explain that like, oh yeah, you're going to be best friends. You're going to have fun. Oh, look at Karen. She's back it up. Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, everybody does watch out for each other and helps each other build their websites and build all their things and it's really I love it so much. I just can't believe I get to do this. So for anybody who's on the fence, because it sounds like you weren't really on the fence, but you like had to figure something out, like where is this money going to go? Or, where are we going to get that? What would you say to someone who's scared and maybe not sure that it's going to work this time? Because there's people who've tried things before, and it didn't work. And what would you say?
I would say do it. Like the money was an issue because I'm in Canada, so I had to deal with the exchange rate too. And I definitely would be still where I was back in June if I didn't do that. I would probably not be bus driving. I would have to I don't know. I'd be working 4 part-time jobs. I don't know what I would be doing. But it also gives me a peace of mind too, because there's a possibility I'm losing my job in December because of COVID, and knowing that I'm on the right track to be able to still pay my bills and not put all that pressure on my husband because he already pays a good chunk of them. So I say, like, if you're like, just do it. It's a business write-off. We're almost at the end of the year, so you can write off.
That's right. That's right. So for anybody who's wondering, all of the things that you do for your business, including books and training and courses, is a write-off. So you won't have to pay taxes on that. And that's a great benefit of having your own business, is that all of your training is a write-off. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So just do it. Just if you can figure it out how to pay for it. I know it can be scary. Like, I was scared because that was a lot of money for me not working. I was on maternity leave, collecting a lot less than what I made. And just jump in and do it. Take it seriously though. Like that's the thing. Like, if you take it seriously and follow your steps, you'll have no problem succeeding. It might be a little slow at the beginning because everything is, but you'll definitely start seeing progress and start getting clients.
That's awesome. Yeah, taking it seriously. I'm glad you said that too. This has been great. Thank you so much for, your insight and for sharing your time and your experience with everyone who's thinking about VA school. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.